Never been married.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't.
But I will have 2 queens.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So is polygamy more realistic?
I think we have to understand that monogamy is not natural to alpha males. This is not only true.
Now, just because you can have more than one woman doesn't mean that you should have more than one woman. Hear me out, though.
Oh, Mr. Tyrone. I just gotta get freaky for you because you love the hoes.
I don't care if they don't like me. I came here to stunt. I don't care if they don't.
What's good, everybody? If you're first time viewing my content or this video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Real quick, we're going to be going over this little topic here that somebody sent me. They sent me this video by Daquan. You know, I love his content on YouTube. If you haven't seen his content, highly suggest that you watch his content. Follow him on Instagram at TakeMyVCard. Sure, you can, you know, he have his videos and his YouTube link there where you can find him. But in this video, he talks about basically how most men basically don't want monogamy. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Men do not want to be monogamous to one woman. Like, we are not hardwired to even think that way, but y'all would understand that if y'all tried to understand male nature. But I can understand why y'all don't, because it's so easy to get men. That's why the women who get it can lock down high value men, because they understand, as long as my man doesn't bring anything back to me as far as an STD or a baby, then I have to understand that he's probably going to end up doing him. Now, is it right to do this? I'm not saying it is. No. Well, as long as you're willing to tell your girl what it is, then it is what it is. But if you out there faking like you're being monogamous to your girl, hell no, wrong. But I do understand why you're faking at the same time. Most girls ain't going to understand. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I still want to do me. But I want you. But at the same time, like, I might want another little joint on the side. But that's the thing. Y'all don't understand because y'all don't even think that we view sex differently. Not anything.
Oh, Lord, they.
But like, I could.
Come on, Quan.
You feel me? Like, y'all girls, y'all can't say that. What girl have you ever heard say that? Y'all have to have an emotional attachment to have sex. Like, for the most part, for like most women. Attachment, I need. Most men do not want.
All right, let me see if I could try and remember everything that he was talking about that I want to briefly discuss in this video. So one thing that spoke out to me in this video is that he talks about how, like, most men don't want monogamy, and that if you're dealing with a man of a certain status, that he's not going to just be held down to just one woman. Because he is a man of a status, he's going to have a lot of attention from a lot of women. And so by default, he is going to have his little fun here and there with certain women. Now, let me just say right now, unless y'all haven't discussed how your relationship is, even when y'all married, if it's not an open relationship, like on some Will Smith and Jada Pinkett stuff, which is very, very messy alone, to just use them as an example. But if y'all have an open relationship and y'all personally do your own little things here and there, but y'all know that y'all can't live without each other and y'all are best as partners and compatible, all that type of stuff, right? Then so be it. You know, I can't tell you what to do with your life, right or wrong, whatever the case is. But if you are committed individually and strictly to one person, then you should hold it out. You should be strictly committed to that one person. It is what it is. There shouldn't be a back and forth. There shouldn't be a, well, you know, I'm just going to do me. It's just, it is what it is. Those type of things, right? That's where it gets messy. And then on top of that, especially if you have children, if you have sons, what type of example are you setting for them? You know, you're supposed to be committed to mommy, but you don't even treat her right. They see mommy in the living room or in her bedroom crying herself to sleep because she's so distressed over what daddy's doing out there. It's crazy. You know, these are things that you just have to keep in mind. And another thing that he brought up, right, is basically like, he's saying that men will mess with anything, which is, it's a false, it's a false statement. Men won't just mess with anything. Now, Are there some men out there who are horn dogs? Of course. Okay. Some men out there, and we've talked about it back in high school. We used to make jokes about just putting a bag over a girl and dress. Bang, bang. All that stuff. All those type of things, right? So, when we were in high school, okay, man, a boy will mess with anything and everything because he's just getting around the ropes of knowing about himself and sexuality and all this type of stuff. If you are hitting 30 and you will mess with anything, that says a lot about your mental process and who you are as a man. If you're even a man. Yeah, when we were back in high school, you could say boys would just mess with anything. Boys would just lay with anything. Okay, patience. We just getting in the waters, all right? But when you're in your mid-20s, pushing mid-20s, pushing 30s, pushing 40s, and you will mess with anything, like is that really a flex? Is that really something to be proud of? You pushing 20s, pushing your 30s, haven't been married, can't have a committed relationship, all your relationships end up bad, never really had a functional relationship. Is that really a flex? I'm just asking. So when it concerns these type of conversations, these are things that we just have to keep in mind. I remember I was hearing Dr. Umar and my boy, what's his name? Shamak, the Shamak way. Shout out to him. I hope I said that right. But I've been watching his content for a good amount of months, and something that he hit upon very well concerning the basis of this topic of polygamy. And it's very interesting that most of the people who advocate for polygamy are people who aren't married, one, and two, are either baby daddies or baby mamas. You ever notice that? You ever notice most of the women and men that promote this polygamous fantasy are women and men who basically kind of messed it up for themselves? At least about 40%. All right, not saying that they can't get married and can't find relationships, but like most men and women out here generally want to be with a man or a woman who don't have children with other people. They want to build their own family, those type of things. And so, you over here, you got a little baby mama, but then you also want to have a polygamous relationship. So you was already being put, or what they call it, polyamorous. You was already being a little bit poly as it is. But, you also have to go back to your functionalities of being poly. You also have to, what is your motive for being poly? Is it really to build a nation, right? Is it really to build a union with these women? Or are you just trying to hide and shield your desires of being with multiple women? Like Brother Polite, These are the type of things that you really need to discuss and handle within yourself. But without further ado, let's get into this video with Mr. Shamak.
I'm a man that has one wife and 3 kids. That means I'm a family man, right? And I cannot understand for the life of me why we have so many people pushing for polygamous relationships. And the main reason is this. Being that I have a family and I'm the head of my household and all of those things that men preach that men should be, I know for a fact that I have no time for another wife. I don't even have time for a side chick. I'm taking care of my responsibilities. I'm following my purpose. I'm following the design that God has for us to live. Where would the time come for me to entertain another woman? If a woman signed up to be my other wife or my side chick, she would be severely, and I mean severely, neglected. Why would she sign up for that? So I can't understand why we have so many guys preaching this whole polygamous lifestyle. And I know for a fact that when you give 100% of yourself and your efforts and your time and your resources and all of that to one woman, you don't have time for another.
You don't.
We got guys like this for example.
I've never been married,
Oh, okay. So that wasn't.
but I will have 2 queens.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So is polygamy more realistic?
I think we have to understand that monogamy is not natural to alpha males.
Oh Lord.
This is not only
I'm baiting
true.
Right? Come on, doctor.
That's when you lost me there, man.
This is not
You lost me
only-
there, too.
This is not only true amongst human beings, even within the animal kingdom.
Okay.
The alphas tend to have more than one spouse.
I don't understand why they keep bringing up the animal
I
kingdom.
don't
as
understand
well.
either. I don't.
Guess what, y'all? We're not animals,
We're not.
but a lot of us choose to act like them. God told us that we have dominion over the animals.
Mine.
We're above the animals. So
mine.
why would we drop ourselves down and live like animals?
Now, just to pause it here, of course, there is going to be some relations of human behavior within the animal kingdom. That does not mean, and that does not make us animals. Okay? Let's continue.
It's funny to me. The only time a man want to be likened to an animal is when it give them the ability to make a point so that they can do some foul stuff, like sleep with a bunch of women. The reason why I'm even talking about this, right, is because it's affecting average everyday guys to the point where you can be talking about something that don't have anything to do really with a one-on-one relationship, and they will bring up polygamy and try to make a point to why we should be able to be polygamous and why polygyny would be such a benefit to society. And they will bring up these points like they really about to fix all the world's problems by allowing men to be able to sleep with more than one woman.
It's ridiculous. I've talked about this in many of my videos, and you will see those videos linked at the very end of this video. But it's ridiculous how you have some of these, and like I was saying before, like it's always the ones who aren't married, the ones who are baby mamas, baby daddies. They love this fantasy of being in these polygynous relationships. Is completely beyond me. All right, now do how you see fit, live your best life. You know, if you think that being poly is going to be in your best interests, you know, have at it. But I guarantee you this is not going to solve most or any, I would argue, of the issues of the black community. If you can't even be with one woman, if you can't even function with one woman, what makes you think having more than one woman that you can't be functional with will solve your problems? I want you let that marinate in your spirit. All right, let that marinate a little bit. Let's continue.
Check this out. I made a video yesterday where I talked about this incident.
It is a girl's trip, and she keeps saying I brought, but I brought my man came to see me the last night at our Airbnb.
I made a video about that, talking about the incident that happened with these ladies when they went on the girls' trip. I'm looking through the comments and I see this. The problem is society imposes monogamy. If polygyny was the norm, women wouldn't have this issue. Women are naturally competitive. Right now they dress, wear their hair, even wear clothes and jewelry to impress other women. Simply because most of their lives they're single or never married. If a woman is married to a man with 4 other wives, she will compete to fit in with the family dynamic. Her clothes and accessories and enhancements will be to please the man because that's what the other wives are doing. If 1 or 2 girls at your job publicly show interest or lust in you, and all the other girls will want you too. Because of this competitive nature, women want a man that other women want. This plays against monogamy. If 5 women are poly with 1 man, then it will fulfill that need to want the man other women want. All 5 women will pair bond with this man, and their competition would be how to please and cater to the man. They will seek to fit into the family dynamic. First of all, pair bond means 2. 1 man, 1 woman, right? How can a man pair bond with 5 women at the same time?
He can't.
And all this envy and anger and jealousy and back talking wouldn't exist because the man would set the standard that displeases him. Women would seek to please their man and compete to keep him happy and keep him with them instead of competing to show which single girl has most glamour and most guys' attention on the ground. I don't even know why you decided to leave this comment on this video because it don't make no sense.
It don't make no
sense. To me,
it
sound like you somebody that don't have no experience dealing with women
at all. I'm
just being real.
Being honest.
Polygamy is not going to fix the world, the society.
It's not.
I mean, the problems of our society. Men that push this polygamous lifestyle are men that have no self-control. There's no benefit from to dealing with more than one woman other than sex. Let's just be honest.
Let's just be honest about it, right? You want to go back in Africa, we practice monogamy. Well, you know, those men who actually had the stabilization and the ability and the actual motive to have more than one woman, you know, he wanted to build more of his nation. He wanted to expound his lineage. You know, he actually, there were certain things that played a hand in certain societies to where he could do that, and it was necessary for him to do that, and it would benefit the community for him to do that. Would it really benefit you to practice polygamy as a community? No. No, it wouldn't. Most of y'all are already practicing this polygamous lifestyle, having 3 baby mamas. Egregious. Let's continue.
You don't, like I said, on a day-to-day basis, if you're in a real relationship and you out here working, trying to build something in life, your kids, you in their lives, you doing whatever you can to be there for them and make sure they're raised up to be responsible adults. If you really giving your all to your family, you don't have enough time for more than one woman. And I'm just going to be real with you. And you could say, that's because it don't work for you. So just because it don't work for you, it don't mean it can't work for anybody else. That's true. But I ain't never seen no 70-year-old family couple or whatever you want to call it. I ain't never seen no old people still talking about, yeah, I got 4 wives and and we got 8 grandchildren amongst us and all that other stuff. We have examples of what this actually do to you all the way back to the Bible. Look at Abraham and Sarah. Y'all know that story, right?
Yeah, for those who are some biblical Bible heads, y'all know what happened with Sarah and Hagar. You know, Sarah, Hagar, and Abraham were between Isaac and what's the son he had with Hagar? I can't think of his name right now. But that story, that part, you know. But share your thoughts concerning the whole matters at hand. Me personally, you know, I do believe that a man should experience being with more than one woman in terms of just getting to know women and all that type of stuff. You want to live your best life. You want to be a little macho man, all that type of stuff, right? Every man's going to go through their personal phase if you have, you know, if you have the spice with the women, right? If you got the juice. But when it concerns when you want to settle down, when you want to build a relationship, a foundation, only one. That's all you can handle. All right. If you really want to deal with the very nature of a woman, you know, that's just me though. But share your thoughts concerning the whole matters at hand below. Let me know how you personally feel about polygamy, whether you agree with it, whether you don't agree with it. If there are reasons for why we should lean towards more of a polygamous lifestyle and all this type of stuff, share your thoughts and share those ideas in the comments below as well, respectfully. All right, make sure you like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and before you go, one more thing I've asked of you. Check out these other videos.